Hey, what's up, family? Hey, 2014, it's your boy Doc G, man. What's going on? Um, Anybody who watches my channel knows that I speak about men's rights, and I speak about what's going on for the average American male, you know, and a lot of my videos having to do with the counterpart, which are feminists, you know, and if you want to see a reference to my thoughts on feminists, then I suggest you look at my previous videos. But today's subject is about the men who sympathize with female bullshit, and they are referred to as manginas. Basically, a mangina, I have the definition here. Manginas are pseudo men who fixate their lives on getting a sniff of female genitalia at the expense of other men by betraying them. Manginas see women as an ultimate being, places them on a huge pedestal, and focuses only on sex or the satisfaction of women, all the while not giving two bits of a damn about his fellow man. That's what a mangina is. And there are different types of manginas. There are 5 different types of manginas. Let me explain all 5 of them. Number 1, you have the unenlightened mangina, which means they simply don't know better. These guys have been raised to treat women with respect, to be kind and courteous to women, and when appropriate to assist and defend her. Basically, these are the guys that were raised by their moms, and their mom taught them, oh well, do whatever for a woman, and women are number one, and treat the woman that you with as being the ultimate prize. And so basically, they're taught from a young age to be pussies for the most part. They're not really taught about being an individual as a man. They're really taught about, well, the woman, because they was raised by a bitch. They was raised by their mom. So it's all about the women, and they have no self-respect really, because they're always cowering to a woman. So that's the unenlightened. That's the first type of mangina. The second type of mangina is you got the horny mangina, which is basically they have a love for pussy so much that they are willing to justify anything in the name of pussy. The horny worships pussy and will do anything in the name of pussy. So, for example, you have a lot of dudes who will basically be like, they'll fucking agree with anything a woman says, or they'll do anything a woman says just because they're horny and they want to get some pussy. Like, for example, a lot of motherfuckers that'll fucking, do whatever for a chick, and the chick will have him on the leash, but they don't mind being on the leash because they're horny and they have hopes of getting pussy one day from that chick. So that's the horny mangina. Number 3, you got the worshiper, which, like the horny mangina, these guys will justify anything in the name of pussy. However, unlike the horny mangina, there are no limits on what pussy he'll worship. It doesn't even have to be pussy that he'd fuck. These are the killers and sadists who kill people on their girlfriend's whim. So the worshiper mangina will take shit to an extreme for a woman. Like, for example, these guys, like, for example, a girl can hit a guy 1,000,000 times, but for fucking You know, if a fucking guy hits a girl once, you know that group of dudes that'll run over to defend that woman to beat that man's ass. They are usually seen as the vagina, is the mangina, the worshiper. Then number four, you have the basic nutless mangina. Basically the mangina that has no nuts at all, which is probably the worst one. In this person's mind, all logic, reason, cause, effect, and circumstance is overridden by a hatred of men and the prime directive that women are always right and always to be obeyed no matter what. No matter what any woman says, this person agrees with them. There is no reasoning, rationing, or convincing this person of anything, no matter how obvious it may be to the rest of the world. So that's the nutless mangina. Now, I'm sick and fucking tired of these pussy ass dudes who seem to just throw their own people under the bus for the greater good of bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I got a list of famous manginas that I can name for you. So if you want to know what a mangina looks like, refer to the following. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is always talking about men are stupid, women are smart, men are primitive, and, you know, women are the shining light of the world. No wonder Oprah co-signed this motherfucker, because basically, he's referring to all men as being stupid. So Dr. Phil he's a prime example of a mangina. Then you have the President of the United States, Barack Obama. This motherfucker is one of the biggest fucking pussies. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know he's the black president and I'm supposed to support him and all that bullshit. But he's a mangina. The dude is a pussy sometimes. Because when he was trying to get elected in 2008, he went on the campaign trail and he spoke to this group of feminist ass bitches. And he had a speech, and I quote what he said. He was like, well, we need more jobs for women, and women can do it better than men, and women can do it in high heels. Like, this dude is a bitch. I'm sorry. Because he threw his own men under the bus. He threw his own gender under the bus just to get the female vote. You know, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, and then on top of that, look how he acts around Michelle Obama, his wife. You can tell Michelle run that dude, man. You can tell Michelle Obama runs him. You can just look at it, how they carry themselves, man. And Michelle Obama, yeah, she may be the first lady and shit, but I guarantee you deep down, she just like the rest of these sisters out here who try to run their men. Another type of mangina is, alright, you have the police, the government. You know, I already said it before. Court systems, the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman can say anything, and the man can get arrested. You know, for example, like that Duke lacrosse incident where this woman pretty much accused 3 lacrosse students at Duke of raping her, and the police arrested those guys straight off the cuff with no evidence. And now those 3 lacrosse students have to walk around the rest of their lives as a sex offender registered in the system, even though they didn't even touch this bitch. But guess what? The police didn't give a fuck. Long as the woman says, oh, well, this happened, guess what? They're going to believe it. So the police are some big-ass manginas. The government are some big-ass manginas because they give child custody to the woman 99% of the motherfucking time, no matter how fucked up she is. So the police and the government are big ass manginas. Then you have who I would call the conscious ass kisser. Like, for example, in the black community, you have these black dudes who walk around calling all black women queens and, oh, well, my black queen, and, oh, you are the mother of the earth, and you are just the best ever. And you got these guys who act like that. I call them the conscious ass kisser. And they really act conscious just to blow up these chicks' heads, just to see how much pussy they can get. And they will fucking kiss a bitch's ass to the point where it's embarrassing, just to get some pussy. Then you have another mangina, who's obvious as hell, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry. Both of those motherfuckers have come out with products that have thrown men under the bus. Because if you want to make money, who are the biggest consumers? Women are the biggest consumers. So goddamn yeah, both of those motherfuckers threw their fucking men under the bus just to get $1. Because if you say, men ain't shit, then guess what? A whole bunch of women are gonna be like, yeah, men ain't shit, and they're gonna support that person. They're gonna buy their shit. And then you got another fucking mangina, Drake. The singer slash rapper Drake. That motherfucker is one of the biggest motherfucking manginas, man. Because, all he talks about is, oh woman, you're a diamond, and you're the best ever, and I love you, and all he does is kiss women's asses, man. And he fucking belittles men. And I'm like, come on, man, like, straight up. It gets to a point where the shit is fucking embarrassing. And let me tell you something, man. Goddamn, y'all need to know, y'all need to know that you need to know your worth. You need to know who you are as a man. You need to know that you are worth something. Society doesn't really stress the importance of a man. And, it's all about the female worth for the most part. Like, I know my worth, I know that I'm single. I don't have children. I got a career going. I got my own place. I got my own car, all of that stuff. So I know, and I'm 31 years old. So to not have children and to be successful and to do your thing at my age, it's rare for a lot of people. So I know my worth. So I'm not gonna be one of these guys who just kisses up the pussy just because it's pussy. I'm not a mangina in the least. And guess what? You all need to know your worth. Which brings me to a point. And a lot of you aren't going to believe this when I say it. But today, I started taking a class at Georgia State University about feminism. So I'm in a class that's called Feminism and the Female Point of View. And just like I expected, in that class, it's a whole bunch of homely looking, bitter ass, overweight, fucked up looking women in that class. And the first day of class, I shit you not, a lot of them bitches came to class with a male bashing behavior straight off the cuff. This is the first day of school. And I know it's a course about feminism, but the reason I'm taking this course is so I can understand feminism a little bit more, so I can speak more on the subject to y'all. But, man, it's a whole bunch of homely looking bitches in that class who hate men because they can't get men. and a whole bunch of fucking faggot ass men, like a whole bunch of gay ass acted men who are like, oh, well, women deserve better and blah blah blah. Let me tell you something. It's a difference between feminism and radical feminism. When it comes to feminism, feminism is basically, to me, about equal rights and all of that shit. And I have no problem with equal rights. If you can do the same fucking job a man can do, you should get the same fucking pay. Period. But you shouldn't get no fucking special treatment. It should be 100% equal all the way across the board. I'm talking about the good shit and the bad shit. I support that shit. But I don't support radical feminism. Radical feminism is when they try to fucking put one fucking man, and they try to put one gender above the other, but at the behest of another gender. When you're walking around saying women are better than men, women are better than men, then that's radical feminism. And when you start dissing another fucking gender, then I have a fucking problem. And let me tell you something. This fucking feminism course that I'm taking at Georgia State, it's like, I'm telling you, man, like, guess what? You will never fucking believe we're doing a whole chapter on Beyonce and her feminist ass music. And we're literally gonna study and break down Beyonce and how she supports feminism. Like, you know what? I'm looking at this shit now, and I think that me signing up to take this class has been a big mistake. Because y'all know how I am. Anybody who's seen my videos, you know how I am. And you know I don't play that shit. I'm probably going to get a fucking F in that course, because if they knew how I thought, then the whole class would hate me. And all I'm saying is, like, you know, I see the Manginas in that class, and it's like they are soft-spoken, feminine acting, pussy type motherfuckers. I'm like the only real man in that motherfucking feminist class. Anyway, all I gotta say is fuck all the goddamn Manginas, man. You throwing your fucking own people, your own men under the motherfucking bus in order to goddamn impress some bitch. That's basically what a Mangina is. And like I'm saying, I don't know what the fuck the problem is with bitches here in the United States. Y'all need to stop fucking crying, because I've been overseas and y'all think it's bad here. It's real fucked up overseas. Man, like, I've been to parts of Africa, I've been to parts of Asia, I've been to parts of the Middle East. And y'all think y'all got it bad over here? Ladies, y'all think y'all got it bad? Go the fuck over there. And they really got it fucked up. They can't even fucking speak to men in a certain way in certain countries. Y'all want to talk about how fucked up it is in the United States? Hell, women don't have they don't have a right to bitch about nothing. Because from what I've seen, women are getting the most degrees now. They're getting the most opportunities now. So there's no real reason to cry about shit, ladies. Not in the United States. Y'all getting all these opportunities. And a lot of men are getting shot down. And yet y'all are fucking crying about, oh, how it's not fucking equal. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. I mean, let me stop, man. Because I'm going to go all day on this shit.